Hello everyone. Welcome to Special TV. Here follows a report on the installation of the new Euvelgunne bridge decks. A part of the completely renovated Southern Ring Road in the city of Groningen in the Netherlands. This renovation was necessary for better traffic flow in the city of Groningen and its surroundings. In part 2, it is about the installation of the hydraulic control systems of the new Euvelgunne bridge decks in the renovated bridge cellar. There are also images of the operation of the new bridge decks, including during the passage of a new large cargo ship. This was made at one of the shipyards in Groningen province.
For the renovation of the Southern Ring Road of Groningen, the large-scale Ring South Approach project has been started. This ring road is the main access road to the city of Groningen, and an important artery that was threatened by the rapid growth of the city. The ring road has a length of about 12 kilometers and crosses the city of Groningen. The contractor, Combination Heraport, is carrying out the conversion of the Southern Ring Road, in which 2 German and 3 northern companies work together. The combination consists of Max Bruegel Netherlands BV, Sublin Netherlands BV, Oosterhof Holman Infra, Grijskerk Netherlands, Koninklijke Stoep Dijkstra Leek Netherlands, and Roelofs Wagenborg Den Ham Netherlands. During the press presentation for the installation of the Euvelgunne bridges, it was observed that the first bridge deck, Deck South, had already been installed, with the assistance of Wagenborg Nedlift mobile cranes and their staff, under the guidance of technicians from the bridge builder Hollandia Infra. The press presentation was organized by the Ring South Approach Project Agency. Various media organizations, including newspapers, television stations, and online media, such as SpecialTV, were present to report. Combination Heraport gave Hollandia Infra the task of renovating the High Euvelgunne Bridge in Groningen. This is part of the large Ring South Approach project in Groningen, the Netherlands. After having been involved in the design of Combination Heraport for a long time, Hollandia Infra had also been commissioned to build a new double bascule bridge. Hollandia Infra is responsible for the execution, design and construction of the bridge, including the hydraulic drive and all technical installations, which Hollandia Infra carried out together with subcontractors Bosch Rexroth and NG Services Nederland NV. Previously, the Euvelgunne bridges had made a journey through the inland waters of the Netherlands, from the yard of the bridge builder Hollandia Infra in Krimpen aan de IJssel. Royal Wagenborg from Delfzijl, Netherlands, carried out this water transport. Special TV had previously made a report about this, and it can be seen on the website and the YouTube channel of Special TV. After the press presentation, there was first a break for the construction and hoisting team. Subsequently, preparations were made for the lifting and installation of the second new bridge deck. Pusher boat Ferry Joe from Urk, the Netherlands, started pushing the Wagenborg pontoon barge 6. On this pontoon barge 6, the bridge decks of the Euvelgunne bridge were also transported from the Hollandia Infra factory in Krimpen aan den IJssel. Until below the opened low Euvelgunne bridge, the captain of the Ferry Joe stopped and pushed the water transport. The hoisting crew boarded the pontoon Wagenborg barge 6 and on the new bridge deck. There, the lifting equipment was attached to the lifting eyes of the new south bridge deck. For this lifting operation, the lifting plan was drawn up in collaboration with the crane rental company Wagenborg Nedlift from the city of Groningen. At Hollandia Infra, every bridge they build and place always considers the method of lifting the bridges. It is determined whether beams, slings, or welded-on lifting eyes should be used, as well as which mobile cranes can be used for the lifting work. In doing so, the maximum ground pressure that may be applied to the substrate is taken into account. Both Wagenborg mobile cranes were rotated above the load, with spreaders mounted on the cranes to assist with the deck. Maintenance on a boat like the Ferry Joe also remains important. If you're waiting with your ship, take the paint and repaint it again as captain, as long as the weather stays dry. Due to the placement of the cranes on the highway, a limit was set, and additional bulkheads were placed under the cranes to distribute the pressure. After tightening the cables, hoisting began with the two mobile cranes. The bridge deck was first quietly lifted off the pontoon to prevent too much swelling. The deck was then hoisted up to a point higher than the previously placed deck. Crane lessor Wagenborg Nedlift has been involved in the work on the Southern Ring Road since the start of the project in 2018. The Euvelgunne Bridge was a challenging project for Wagenborg Nedlift. Preparation took about a year before Wagenborg could replace the bridge valves, the drive mechanism, and the ballast boxes. Especially replacing the heavy movement work of the old bridge was a difficult puzzle for Wagenborg. The workspace in the two concrete basements was limited to only a few dozen square meters, with no space for cranes and other common equipment. The deck was then hoisted up to a point higher than the previously placed deck. The high Euvelgunne Bridge on the Ring Road Groningen could not be opened from the end of April to mid-August 2023, because the turning mechanism had been removed in preparation for the replacement of the bridge during the summer holidays of 2023. According to Kosatka of the province of Groningen, good agreements were made with shipping during this period. The high bridge over the Winschoter Deep has a passage height of 7 meters. This is very favorable, as all empty and loaded inland vessels can sail under it. This mainly affected the shipyards. These are located in Vauxhall and Martinshoek, the Netherlands, among others. A new ship is completed every 6 weeks. The completed ships must be towed from the shipyard to Delfzijl. There they are inspected and then they go out to sea. There was no alternative for these ships, according to Kosatka. They had to go through the high Euvelgunne Bridge. That was the only possibility. Building Consortium here report met the shipyards by removing the bridge deck 3 times until mid-August. The shipyards actually would have preferred the bridge to open every week. But for the contractor, who had to remove the bridge deck with cranes, there were high costs involved. In the end, the shipyards agreed, provided that the bridge would open 3 times during this period. At a height slightly above the first bridge deck, the bridge was rotated using the mobile cranes. and supervised by employees with control lines connected to the deck. The bridge decks were put into production by Hollandia Infra in 2021. The tilting of the bridge sections was a crucial milestone in the construction process. Both bridge traps tilted in mid-2022, as it marked the completion of production. Sarans, a leading company in the field of heavy-duty cranes, played an essential role in the lifting and tilting of the imposing structures, which weighed 114 and 124 tons respectively. Tilting a bridge deck is always risky and often requires the use of multiple cranes. At Hollandia Infra, the tilting technique is already being considered in the design phase, and the necessary provisions are made during production. This allowed them to lower the tail of the deck neatly through the slots in the basement, thanks to the collaboration between the Wagenborg operators and the Hollandia Infra Services construction staff. The main beams were then placed as tightly as possible in these slots. This is due to the fact that no birds are allowed to fly in horizontally. If this happens, it can become a mess inside, according to Patrick Boss, project manager at Hollandia Infra. The tolerance for the adjustment is a maximum of 1 to 2 centimeters, and in the gap around the tails, no thin cyclist tire should pass. Therefore, trench edging is often applied. Steel strips around the trenches are anchored in the concrete of the basement roof and can be adjusted. After mounting the bridge, these edges are adjusted to the exact position of the bridge. From September 2024, cars and trucks will be able to drive on the new Southern Ring Road in the city of Groningen. This is followed by the completion of the size of the project, where work is being carried out next to the new South Ring Road and at the entrances and exits of the project.
In part 2, it is about the installation of the hydraulic control systems of the new Euvelgunne bridge decks in the renovated bridge cellar. There are also images of the operation of the new bridge decks, including during the passage of a new large cargo ship. This was made at one of the shipyards in Groningen province.
Following the installation of the Euvelgunne bridge decks, work commenced on the installation of the hydraulic drive components and the bridge's ballast. This task proved to be particularly engaging, given the confined space within the bridge's basement. They've replaced the old electromechanical drive in the basement with a new hydraulic system. The previous construction of the bridge basement just wasn't sturdy enough for the updated movement requirements. A new steel frame is now in place to handle the forces from the bridge's movement. Hollandia services from Sint Nicolaasge, the Netherlands, along with Wagenborg Nedlift Groningen, brought in the steel components for the motion work, like chairs, columns, portals, and tie rods, through a gap in the back wall of the bridge cellar and set them up high under the cellar roof. The hydraulic cylinders and the HPU for the drive are being supplied by Hycom BV. After the installation of all equipment was completed, operational issues arose. Consequently, changes were made to the software, audio settings, camera configurations, and remote control functionalities to resolve these challenges. The issue with the malfunctions stemmed from the new deposit pins, which are designed to keep the deck stationary when the bridges are open. Initially, this led to frequent malfunctions, as the bridge security decoder interpreted the situation as a fault due to the pins not properly fitting into the locking holes. Consequently, the decoder consistently reported an error. An investigation was conducted to determine how to adjust the system, while ensuring that safety remained intact. The 3 original pivot points of the old bridge are being replaced with 4 brand new ones. The counterweights, which are massive steel ballast boxes weighing 90,000 kilos, have been sandblasted and refurbished. They're looking fresh and will be loaded up to 120,000 kilos, with some extra heavy metals. This extra weight is needed since the new bridge deck is going to be significantly heavier than the old one. After a period of renovation and reconstruction of the Euvelgunne bridge cellar, it was not possible to sail with large ships through the high Euvelgunne bridges as usual. After the installation of new bridge decks and the implementation of control and safety systems, and after testing the systems, shipbuilders were able to sail their newly constructed ships through all the opened Euvelgunne bridges. This also included the Arklo Grace, which was built by Ferris Smith for their client Arklo Shipping from Ireland. The Arklo Grace embarked on its journey on the 26th of February 2024. The Arklo Grace was built at the shipyard Ferris Smith, Westerbroek in the Netherlands. The transport of the Arklo Grace went to Delfzijl and was accompanied by the tugboats Waterpoort and Waterlily from Wagenborg Shipping in Delfzijl. The water transport was also assisted by Rijkswaterstaat. The Arklo Grace weighs 5,150 tons and has a maximum sailing speed of 12 knots. It has a cargo capacity of 5,000 tons in a single hold. It is powered by a 1,600 kilowatts Mack engine. The Arklo Grace was launched on January 26 at 10 a.m. and delivery was on March 1, 2024. Its home port is Rotterdam, and it is the fourth in a series of 5 ships for Arklo Shipping Ireland that were built by Ferris Smith at their Westerbroek yard in Westerbroek, the Netherlands.